So you've probably clicked on this video because you've tried all the glute workouts and they're still not working out for you. You're not getting that real glute growth that you want. And that's probably because you're not doing these things that I'm about to tell you. The first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is the difference between compound movements and isolation movements. And if you're focusing too much on one or the other, it's actually not going to be beneficial for you and you're not going to see much growth. So a compound movement is a movement that requires the most energy in the beginning of your workout. So this would be something like a barbell squat, a barbell RDL, hip thrusts, anything like that. And an isolation movement is something that doesn't require as much energy as a compound movement. So it would be something like a dumbbell workout or a leg extension, hamstring curl, something like that. So if you was to focus more so on a compound movement and neglect more of the isolation movements, you won't see much glute growth, as the isolation movements target more of the glute muscles than a compound movement would. So by focusing on a compound movement, you're not going to be targeting those other glute muscles that will allow your glutes to grow. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is progressive overload. Now, a lot of people think that this is similar to training to failure, which it kind of is, but it's not really. It's completely different, as in the way of it's to do more so with sets and reps rather than just taking a set to complete failure. So for example, with progressive overload, if 1 week you was to do a hip thrust at 60 kilos, the next week or your next session where you're doing hip thrusts, you would either increase the weight slightly, increase your set by 1 rep, or you would increase another set. So instead of having 3 sets, you'd have 4 sets. So by doing this, progressive overload is actually essential, as it's constantly challenging your muscles, forcing them to adapt and grow. The third thing that I'm going to mention, now everyone knows protein is a positive correlation to muscle growth, but they don't really know the actual facts behind it. So protein is a fundamental factor in muscle growth, as it provides your muscles with the amino acids that it needs to grow and repair. So it's super important to eat a high protein meal after you exercise and even before you exercise, as your muscles, when you work out, experience little micro tears, and the protein that you eat supplies those amino acids that will help repair and build your muscles. Just want to apologize there, my phone decided to run out of storage. But as I was saying, last but not least is rest and recovery. Now this is super slept on and doesn't get spoken about enough, and it really should. Rest and recovery is super important, as it allows your body to recover the muscles that have been damaged during exercise. Without adequate recovery, your muscles won't be able to recover and perform the most optimal way that they can. Which is why getting 8 hours of sleep is super important for your body to recover, as when you sleep, your body releases growth hormones which go to your muscles to allow them to grow. It's also really beneficial to be doing some active recovery. So a lot of people, when their muscles hurt, they think that they shouldn't be going out on walks or doing anything and just resting in bed, which resting in bed you should do, but going on a walk and doing some light cardio, like going for a walk or a slight jog, maybe just something light that's not too heavy for you, is really, really beneficial, as it gets your blood pumping, and your blood is full of minerals and nutrients that your muscles need in order to grow. So when your blood is being pumped through your body, it goes straight to your muscles, allowing them to grow. Well, those are my little secrets to glute growth that not many people talk about or tell you. So if you found it helpful or useful, then make sure to like and subscribe and give a comment down below if you would like to see more of this type of content.